stereotypes about your general existence.
General what?
About your general existence, religion,
No,
you,
no,
etc.
no, 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 no.
Huh.
That was the previous company.
Ah.
Now they just don't want to. They said something about getting promoted to different roles,
Hmm.
and now they're not doing it because
Of
they
course.
fired all of my previous managers.
No, of course.
So yeah, fun.
Very.
I'm going to look for another job. But the people are fine at least, so
Hmm.
yeah.
Do you have any? Are you gonna go for the same kind of thing, or?
Nah, right now I'm doing automation, but the goal always was full stack or front end. Doing a bit of both client and server
Hmm.
instead of testing.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Testing my patience.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
That's what,
quick,
need.
quick thing as well. I might have a delivery arrive for. It's a food delivery. Not.
Unforgivable.
Damn. And here I thought I had a chance to get away with it. It should arrive between
Jews.
between now and 8. So if I disappear, you know why.
Yeah. Okay. What? Food delivery or what?
It's an actual week's worth of food, not takeaway.
Okay, so the groceries.
That's the one.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't think of the word.
Hello.
Shalom.
Hello.
Why is my fucking... Did it just... brain stuff things. And now we wait for Connor. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, life is rough. How are we? Good talk.
Mm-hmm. Nah, so I'm just
No, it's
I
fine.
need to proofread something. Someone asked me to proofread. Correct any spelling and such mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We asking how we were, how things were.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't quite hear. I got promoted at work.
Very nice. From what
Nice.
to what?
Same thing, except now I'm a senior, where I have to manage those below.
Does it come with pay?
Extra pay, yeah. I don't know how much.
Nice.
And with it comes a change rota.
Mm-hmm.
normally I do earlies, but now it's going to have to be a mix of earlies and then lates, which means I would have had
Hello?
to miss some sessions. Hello. Which means I would miss some
It's alright.
sessions instead.
It's alright. I wasn't sure if the session was on. Plus, a lot's happened on my end. So sorry about being late.
That's alright.
Yeah, I'm currently cooking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because had a bit of a panic because not so long after getting him from work, my grandma phoned up my mum. She's having problems breathing, so my mum's just had to call an ambulance and go up there. So I'm currently looking after the house, and we've had a bit of a panic, but yeah, so I'm just looking after the house. Why I've only just looked at my phone. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
That's okay. It sounds like you've got a lot on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad choice of jokes. God damn it. Because I know you probably didn't mean it, but I am cooking at the moment. Right. 1 second. How do I get this? Oh. Is that really as loud as it can go?
Mm.
I'm here somewhat, but I can listen.
Connor, would you like me to roll you a d20?
That would be fantastic.
Mm.
Oh, double nat ones.
That's definitely how that works. Technically, a nat 1 cancels the other nat 1, and that other nat 1 cancels the original nat 1, so it's an endless loop of infinite nothingness. So, in your own words, in your own time, give us a recap.
Okay. So, our party finally made it back to the expedition's camp. There we met with its manager. It turned out Katrina was quite a high-ranked person. Oh,
It's just music,
someone
carry on.
joined us quickly.
1 sec.
Oh, music, alright.
Mhm.
There we learned Katrina was a high-ranking member, so I guess her words were true. There we had to do a roll call. There, Carrick and Brick were inducted into the expedition. And then we decided to have a sit down, and someone thought it'd be a good idea to play a drinking game. There we learned a little bit about each other. Some people were shocked more by others. Then we just went to bed.
Yeah.
So not really much happened.
Comparably, it was more of a talkative stance than it was any degree of action per se. But a lot was spoken. Over the course of the game so far, Connor left. Okay. Over the course of it, so as well, take your inspiration, of course. If you have it, give it. Over the course of things so far, you've gone through quite a lot already without doing so in the name of the expedition. Just the checks, I don't know if I've asked. Has anyone told anyone else outside of the group about what you encountered in the cave? Because I know someone
About
mentioned
what?
Solomon.
No, I don't think so.
I think Katrina does know that we have encountered another one of the primordial gates, because we were very talkative about the one here. And she expressed it to us that she and some of her old allies have ventured into the gate, and there she lost some acquaintances. as I don't think we've explained the full details. Sol may have explained it to the guy that runs the camp, I think. I think that's about the extent of it, I think.
Hmm.
From what I remember.
Yay, nay, Mosey?
Did I tell about what happened in the previous one?
Yeah, in the other
Yeah,
gate.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, at the very least, there would have been enough time to. Okay. Just for me notes. So, we will give it a minute to see if Connor can rejoin. And then
Mhm.
we will actually start. Is there any questions beforehand?
Mm. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
That's good. That's good.
How you doing?
My back hurt. Other than that, I'm fine.
How old are you, Muzzy?
31.
That was... Hello. That was honestly not the answer I expected.
What did you expect?
I expected you to say something in the regions a little less than my age for some reason. Not for any... Genuinely not for any real reason. It's more just this weird assumption.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 29, by
How
the way.
old are you again?
29.
29. I mean, if you look at my pictures, I would look even younger than that. But yeah.
I'm not gonna...
When we all started playing together, Mosey, you were what, like 26, 27?
Yeah, something like that. It was around 2016, right?
Was it?
I don't think it was that early. No, I didn't even start on Roll20 till 2017, so definitely
Oh
not
yeah, so
2016.
2017 I was, let's see, 27 at that point, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry about that, Lee. I couldn't figure out how to mute the music button on my phone, and it started blasting out. And then I muted myself, and then I couldn't hear you guys. I was just hearing the music, and I was like, "For fuck's sake, how do I mute this shit?" And then I finally found it, and that's why I'm back in.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, and it's driving me insane. The dogs were just staring at me while I was screaming, going, "Shut
I'm trying. Stop staring at me.
Yeah, they're staring at me.
I'm muted on my phone too.
What is that?
Right. As well, at some point, I might disappear very quickly because the food delivery will be here. Groceries, more specifically. I'll be like, depending on how big it is, because I honestly can't remember, like 5 minutes at worst. But yeah, if I
I'll
stop,
be on in a moment. I'm just finishing cooking.
that's totally fine. It's not going to involve your token much. It's just your face and your words.
Yes.
But yeah, so
if
far.
if I mute randomly, it's just because I'm just coughing my lungs out, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
But I might be doing that.
As long as you're not dying, that's fine. So yeah, you all finish off your night. You sign up your paperwork, those of you that need to. Some of you just kind of have a general talk with some of the people across the night. A few drinks are had. Is there anything anyone wants to do during the night before you go to bed, or during, or... And again, each of you are assigned to said locations. Is there anything you guys want to do before the morning? Talk to anyone, ask about Katrina, ask about the expedition, how their lives are. Do you want to talk to each other, etc.?
I think I'll save that for the morning, to be honest, some of those bits.
Anyone else?
No, I'm just gonna settle in for the night for now.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
Then everyone settles in. for specifically you, Halfir, you sat under the canopy of trees with a little bit of the light from the moon eclipsing through. You feel very well rested. Your entire body is almost like tingly, as if you're sat in front of a nice fire, and it's just really warm. And as you're enjoying the comforts of nature, and your eyes finally settle and slowly close, there is the sound of a single droplet of water hitting a ripple of water itself. It causes this wave, and your eyes slowly creep back open into the lovely realm of dreams. And as you look around, there is an endless sea around you again, that one ripple of water that's spreading out slowly across the distance. You feel that warmth, the warm sensation still covering you. And as you're looking around, there is again a kind of translation of intent, where you get this feeling that the path you're on is a good one. And with your recent actions, this overwhelming, warming feeling it gets better. And even though you're currently in the dream world itself, you can feel almost as if your body's being strengthened. You can feel a very palpable magic in the air that's surrounding you. And though, of course, you're not physically aware of it, your surroundings are growing ever wildly around you. Life is being made manifest. But meanwhile, in your dream, the image of a certain figure appears as a shaped form of water. A smile creeps across its face, and the intent says once more that it's proud of what you've been doing. And then a hand points backwards, and as you turn and look, you see behind the figure is the tower that's a few 100 feet or so ahead of you, roughly about 100. And as you look toward it, you get the sense that obviously they're directing you there next, but you get this feeling that there's no hurry. And as it points toward that, it then makes a gentle open hand motion, and you see the orb that you collected appear in its hand as a ball of water. They hold on to it, looking it up and down, and then gently push at it with their fingers a little bit, and it starts to, almost like a Rubik's Cube, pieces start to slide and slot and interchange. And then as it gets to a specific point, the hand lets go of it and lets it float. And then they look toward you. Oh, I have to be right back real quick. That is my delivery.
Cliffhanger.
I'm guessing you said be right back.
No, he said he was gone forever.
Oh no.
Never. I'm currently cooking peas by themselves because I forgot to add it to it.
What are you cooking?
Peas.
Peas?
Peas.
Peas nuts?
Ah, got it. Yeah, it's because I forgot to add it with the rice, so I'm quickly cooking them, and then I'm going to add the rice back in, and then mix it all up, and then that is my dish done, and I'm going to rush upstairs like a maniac.
Nice.
What are you eating with your rice and peas?
Just just rice and beef, mate. Because
Rice and no protein.
Yeah, I've got pancetta, ham, and chorizo in it with scrambled egg.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've made an egg fried rice with these.
Your egg, yeah, fried rice. Gotcha.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
I'm making a nut, so I have lunch for tomorrow. Well, for the next few days as well.
It actually sounds really delicious.
I'm actually doing fried rice for dinner tonight. I'm doing pork fried rice tonight.
Hey. I use sesame oil with mine. Gives it that authentic sort of taste.
Do what?
I add sesame oil.
Oh, yeah.
Sesame oil.
Yeah.
Gives
Of
it
course.
that authentic taste. Oh.
Are you doing it in a wok?
Yep. It's because my parents have gone, to aid my grandma, I've got first dibs on the cooking utensils, so it's not in the washer or anything, so I've had first dibs.
I will say though, sesame oil that stuff is strong. A little bit of it does a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why I need to put just a little bit.
I
had a fair bit when I had my rice, because the rice will absorb it, so with that, if you get a good fair bit of sesame seed oil, and you put it as you put your rice in, your rice will absorb it up, and it gives it a nice flavour to it, because you're spreading the rice all along, and then as you're mixing it, the rice that's coated in the oil will mix with the other bits of uncoated rice, and then that will all mix together. Gives it a nice flavour all around. Oh, I love it. Yeah, just for the sake of it. Yeah, boy. Right, how do I do that? Hi.
Hi.
I am an absolute menace. I should have put this back out. Yeah, not bad placements. Woo! Look at this bad boy.
Oof.
Woo! That's some good looking shit.
I missed it, Connor. Show again. I did. I just didn't have Discord open.
You've done that to yourself. You're making yourself cry by laughing. You did it to yourself.
Nah, I can't. Yeah, nothing I knew about that.
Look at that.
Mm.
That's gonna be going on that plate. Oh yeah. He's gonna come back and be like, why the hell has he got his webcam on?
Instead of D&D, Connor's just gonna host a cooking show for us.
Yeah. Back to streaming, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, you goddamn right.
When was the last time you did stream, Connor?
Fair while back. Well, fair while ago. It's because pretty much the streaming software I was using kind of went kind of rubbish, and it was just the fact that I was struggling to keep up with schedules because I just wanted to play group games and chill, and people I was playing chill games with, well, they weren't stream friendly.
Kieran's not streaming anymore, is he?
Not as much, no. I think the
I haven't
last
seen
time
his stuff on Twitch.
Yeah, the last time he streamed something was actually a bit more recent than me, but I think it was just streaming a game. I can't remember what game it was, but it was a game of sorts that he really liked, so he was like, fuck it, I'm streaming it. It was the first stream he'd done in a while. Either that or I'm remembering his charity stream. Well, that was a while back, but nowadays he's sort of like, I can't remember if he's still doing his course or not, his hairdressing course, like barbering course. And I think he's also working on the side as well, so he's quite busy a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
I think by the time he gets home, he's just wanting to fucking chill. Which is understandable, I do that.
I think the last time I talked to Kieran was when we played Cards Against Humanity. What else did we play?
Did we play Gartic Phone?
That's right. That's right.
That's great. We kept drawing a lot of D&D references to your sessions.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was like Mozzie's character deaths.
Yeah.
Mozzie had a lot of them, so we kept doing that.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, we put him on the spot.
Oh.
We put him on the spot, so he left.
Yeah. Okay, that's my plate done. That is the leftovers plated out of the grill. I'm hearing it. It's alright, girls. It's only one of my friend's dogs. It's fun. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Look at these puppies. Hello, Boodles. Are you wondering why I'm filming you two? I'm showing you to my friends. You love your headlamps, don't you?
Calm down. We're just blowing the leaves away. I'm just shot.
I see your tail.
How old are they now, Connor?
This one is 12, and this one, I think she's soon to be turning 8. She's 7, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, very youthful little beauties. But right, I'm going to turn the camera off because I'll soon be making my way up. Alright. This bits away, need to wash that pan and that. Then we'll go up. How do you do? How? You guys love the way I dance, don't you? Dun, dun, dun. Girl is going to turn the main light off. Don't look at me like that. I'm not coming in the room. I'm on my way. Right, bear back. I am here.
That was fast.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's as fuck, baby. Sure. Yeah, I've got my white glasses on.
Hello. There was so much shit to put away. Right.
I'm finally at my computer and I have finished cooking my food. I'm just going to be eating it whilst somewhat interacting. Yeah?
Yemen. Everybody here?
I'm going to say yes.
Yep.
That is a
Yeah.
yes. Oh,
Kevin?
no. He already said yeah.
Yeah.
So, long story short, basically, sup, you're doing a good job. And then, yeah. Unless you have anything to ask, Jeff, the image kind of just goes poof, and you wake up in the morning.
Alright.
So, as you all wake up to a new day, in about 7 to 8 in the morning or so, you hear the sounds of hustle and bustle. People are kind of generally tidying up after last night's minor festivities, moving plates away, taking them off to a single station where all of the dishes are cleaned and all the mugs are cleaned, and kind of putting any food they can savour into a single tent that they're packaging away, storing as well as they can. A couple of members of the Wild Hunt are walking through the centre, heading towards the tent at the back. As they head toward it, one of them knocks on the door, and after about a minute or so they enter, and the door is left open. As you guys look around, specifically for Sol and Carrick, you two hear the sounds of, like, it sounds basically like a pair of chickens almost. It's just a lot of and it gets weirdly like screechy and awkward as well, so any intention to sleep gets slightly altered by them, not just the hustle and bustle. But yeah. You have something to say, my guy?
Is that RuneScape music?
Is it what, sorry?
Is that RuneScape music?
Probably.
I mean, could be. It's supposed to be just like generic background.
Ah. It sounds familiar, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be.
I was playing old school RuneScape like 2 weeks ago.
I haven't touched that thing in years, jeez.
We're about to answer that.
So, as
So,
yeah,
right now we're waking up.
and as you're looking out, assortments of people left and right are just going about a normal day. It seems like a couple of people are wandering to and fro the village entrance, doing whatever kind of harvesting they can manage with what meager instruments they have. A lot of it is people coming back with simple, like, fruits that kind of look like very vibrant red fruits with these small little protrusions. Almost, it reminds you sort of like a mine. I can't remember what the water version is, the underwater version. But yeah, they have a very small, like, basket of them, as well as what looks to be a couple of insectoid-looking creatures that have been, you assume, neutralized. They don't seem to be scrambling. They have a very, like, they're mostly like just a carapace, and you can see tiny little legs, almost like a centipede. So, yeah. What's everyone doing?
Oh, I'm getting up, stretch, and get out of the tent to get some breakfast.
Everybody else?
Pretty much the same. Step out of the tent. More stretches, stretch the legs, hamstrings, all that. Walk by the table, see what there is for breakfast. Walk past the table, see what it is for breakfast. Listen around to see what jobs there may be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna climb higher up in the tree just to kind of watch the camp for a while.
Okay. Garrick?
He's just on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Carrick's still asleep.
She's like, can I get a perception check, Health here? Less so what you see, more so what you just about make out. You hear the sounds of footsteps about 20 feet or so away coming through the tree line, but as you're trying to look around, you can't seem to see the origin of it. And
can I tell, like, the nature of the footsteps? Do they sound...
They sound hurried, like
okay.
panic almost.
Do they sound large or like normal?
Just normal, like gentle footsteps, if anything. But they're running at quite a pace enough to be heard.
And they're coming from like this direction over here.
Yes. And so a couple of seconds go by, and you catch a glimpse of a young woman running along. She looks fine. She looks a little out of breath, a little hot. As she's running along, she's got a panicked expression on her face as she runs toward the border of the village, and just starts shouting and wailing. And at first, as you're trying to understand what she's saying, it's just she's too breathy and she can't really get out a word. And then a certain blue man comes walking around, pokes his head around the corner, looks out. "Excuse me, we're trying to..." Oh shit. As she stops, kind of falls to a knee onto the ground here. They were caught out. was some kind of beast. It caught my brother. Help. And then she seems to just faint and just slammed face into the dirt. And he comes walking over, gently rolls her over onto her back, checks her breathing and the like, and yells for some kind of assistance. Everybody in camp would hear it. And very quickly, a couple of people come over for the sake of checking out what's going on as well as to assist. And after a few minutes of the commotion, they wake her up very gently, give her some water, a little bit of something to eat, and take her over toward the table.
I'm gonna quickly kind of go stealthily tree to tree, just for a little bit, make sure she's not followed by anything. What would you like me to roll?
I'm back.
Hello,
Sorry
back.
about that.
That's fine.
What did I miss?
Until just now, not much. A young lady came running towards the village, clambering, and just fell unconscious after she said that a brother and something else was attacked by a beast.
Beast.
A beast.
Sorry, I thought you said hippies.
That's worse. That's worse.
The one that excuse me, Bailey. Yeah, perception check, Halfir. Good day for you.
No. Yeah.
So, as you're going tree to tree, you kind of make out her path, but you, as you're looking, you can't even see where her tracks are at the moment. Excuse me, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. You were given a new toy, mister. Hey! 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 Face over here, thank you. Come here. Calm down. Come here. Billy, come here. Calm down. If someone gets through the door, you're more than welcome to bark and bite all you want. Words. Yeah. You can't see anything just yet, anyway.
Okay. Alright.
So after a couple of minutes, she manages to calm down. She kind of details the creature to be kind of like a large, multi-horned beast that was just massive. It was crushing the lower levels of the trees and making a path of its own. Apparently her brother, who was set on a kind of coming of age thing that is natural to the village, got caught out while trying to find a couple of berries to survive on, and the creature started charging by. She was worried about him, thinking he might not survive it. There isn't any rules that say she can't observe him, but it just means that she can't help him if something goes wrong. And so she came running back and told everyone that he was being attacked at full speed.
This multi-horned beast. Can I just come in and ask this beast? Did it look like a minotaur?
She looks a bit confused, still taking a little bit of water, puts it down very gently, and I don't know what that is.
Minotaur. Essentially, it looks humanoid, very large, head of a bull. Is that
No.
sound familiar?
The thing I saw ran on all four. Had two large horns on the sides of its head. One on its nose that was smaller, and it was red all over.
What did its skin look like? Was it furred or scaled?
She turns back, looks toward you. It was large. It seemed scaly. I'm not too sure, but it had a long mane behind its head, of brown tufts of, I think, hair or fur. Are you here to help?
Could it be our guy? What do you guys
Our
think?
guy.
I mean, the one we met in the dungeon.
He didn't seem like he was too much in a hurry to leave.
True.
Nor did he seem the kind to just start attacking or rushing through anything animalistically like this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you have some kind of book or something that you found?
Oh yeah, I did find a book. Hold on.
Let me find out what this thing is and how much danger.
Oh
actually
yes,
poses with this.
okay. So, thank you, Jeff. I'm going to take out the bestiary
Oh yes.
and I'm going to give it to her and tell her, do you see anything that resembles it?
As she starts flicking through it, she's looking over it one by one. The sketches are pretty well done for the most part, and as she's reading through just minor bits, she seems to be looking for some specific details similar to what she saw, and eventually she stops on a page that designates a dinosaur type of creature. It's a specifically Charger Triceratops. It is in NPC's Beast Dinosaur, for those of you interested.
Do you have a picture?
Yep, it's in NPC's Beast and Dinosaur.
Yeah.
It won't let me share it when I've got the when I separate the character sheet from the main screen.
Dinosaur. Aha!
Charger Triceratops.
Oh, that's fun. That looks fun.
Oh, I have way too much stuff open. This is making it way too difficult. Let me
That's what it
close
looks
all
like.
From what the picture tells you and the general details of the creature itself, statistically anyway, is considered huge, but it doesn't occupy a huge space. It's just when it's trampling through, the width of it makes it huge. It itself is capable of, well, evidently by the name, charging very fast, pushing and destroying anything in its path. Its horns are something of a rarity and very sturdy, and can be used either for buildings or for weapons.
In this book, does it have any information, like whether they're territorial or just naturally roam the place?
They, a couple of things. They typically are herbivores. They are not territorial, though they have, of course, a natural defense towards their kin. If they believe someone's a threat, they will attack without warrant. They'll crush everything in their path if they need to.
So, what exactly do you expect us to do? It doesn't seem this creature is any further threat. The damage is done, I'm afraid.
She looks at you, looks down toward the book, then looks away, and just you see the mist gathering in the eyes. She somewhat seems to resign herself, and then slams her hands into the table, stands up and runs off towards one of the tents.
Smooth.
Yep.
Is there any purpose in going and killing an animal for acting the way it's supposed to?
That's not the point. You could have phrased that differently.
I phrased it exactly as I meant it. What does she want us to do?
You gotta be gentle with those things, you know. You're not really social, are you?
Randomly, you just hear a bit of a burp followed by. From what I heard, what did I miss? Is her brother still alive, or
I don't know.
they just okay. Well, it might be. Well, as you say it like that, I sort of peered back, like, all right, I'm just asking a question.
No, that's my frustration. That's why I was asking, what does she want us to do? Is it to go hunt the creature down, or go see if her family's still alive?
I'm gonna say the latter, to be honest. I don't think she expects us to fight something that big.
Okay, hold on. Let me try, okay?
There's probably no need to fight it. It's not territorial. It'll just be on its way at some point.
Exactly. We just need to, see if her brother's okay, and if it's the case, great. If it's not the case, well, we need to come back with bad news.
Lee, it's a template.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Does this place have any healing potions to spare, or
Not
is
they.
all the healing done by magic?
Any concept of healing is beyond them. You can see a lot of people that have like even simple cuts from when they're harvesting wild plants that are never going to be healed unless some new medicine is brought in. By the look of it, this place, a lot of their injuries are pseudo-permanent. From what little you've been able to gather listening in over the night and such, Katrina typically creates some natural potions to help them get over the pain, but that's about as far as it's ever gone. This place is very much on the lowest run of anything you can consider society.
Right.
So,
Lovely.
what do you say, Moz?
I'm going to, since it's a tent and it doesn't really have a door, I'm going to say knock knock.
She's
You could just say, "Excuse me, madam."
She's currently sat in the corner of the tent, holding on to, in one hand, holding what looks to be a scrap of paper. Turns and looks toward you, and then looks back down toward it. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go and sit down to be like a kneeling, to be on eye level,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say I'm sorry for my friend back there. He's a bit antisocial. He didn't really mean it to be didn't really mean it to sound like this.
You see a little bit of kind of shuffling movement. And she kind of looks near you, but not at you. I asked too much anyway. He was right. Even if they're fine, I was interfering in something I wasn't supposed to anyway. And I couldn't expect my brother or any of you to go chasing something like that.
So let's recap. What happened to your brother? What do you What happened?
He was collecting some herbs with his pet wolf. I don't know, they probably caused a little bit too much noise, and I assume scared the thing, because all I know next is I heard a low rumbling, I felt a low rumbling, and then they started running, and there was just crashing trees everywhere, and I came running back here as fast as I could. The creature, I saw a glimpse of it, and I don't know what happened to them after that. It was just a lot of noise. A lot of noise.
Okay, so you want us to look for your brother?
Preferably. And
Mm.
if he is gone, then that's just that. Oh, he should have a stone on the necklace around his neck. If he is gone, if you find it, can you bring it back?
Let me just write it down. Sure. What's your name?
Elsbeth. My brother's name is Ellis.
Well, what's his name?
Ellis. And
Ellis.
And Elsbeth.
Elizabeth. Not Elizabeth, it's Elizabeth. Elizabeth's brother. Ellis. Meeting after. Okay. Okay, Elizabeth, I'll see what we can do about it.
She looks up toward you. The very dark brown eyes that still had that slight evidence of mistiness to it. She kind of blinks a little bit and then just does a half-hearted smile.
And I leave the tent.
As you leave, she quickly runs toward the entrance and just says, "I'm sorry. Here, take this too," and holds out a small, what looks to be some kind of ingredient. It looks like a little ointment of some kind in a tiny glass jar, and takes your hand, places it into your hand. I took this for a problem I had a while ago. If you get any sicknesses or a poison or anything, just put it on the injury. It'll seal it and nullify some of the poison if you do it in time.
So essentially a cure poison.
Pretty much.
Thing.
If you do it before a minute elapses, it will cure any poison that you've just been affected with.
Great. Okay. Then I think I'll go talk to. Okay. If he's out, then yeah, I'll just go back here and tell the group about everything that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he comes, I'm gonna tell him the same thing and where this thing should go and all of that.
Well, personally, I have to agree that something should be done. This is technically unsanctioned by the expedition, though it is a request from a villager, and thus we have to honor it in some small shape or form. Depending on how many of you are going to go, will still pay you, of course. Your house and board for taking up the mission will be paid as usual, and this will be considered aid to the village and its extremities. I feel like I should say a but. However, I will not in this instance. Go as you wish. Collect any information you can about the surrounding flora and fauna, and let me know what you find, if anything interesting. Good luck.
Oh, well.
Well, I assume you're going to find the young lady's brother, are you not?
No, you said out of character.
Hmm.
You said he said a few places, and I didn't quite get that.
Flora and fauna, plants and animals.
Oh,
Like, well, yeah.
Mhm. Examine the
Oh,
Like
area.
information about just the plants and animals.
I see. Okay.
Examine the area while you're out, pretty much.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. I thought those were places. Okay then.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's about it. Also, Lee, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Comprehend languages. Can I cast it as a ritual?
Do you...
Is there a ritual tag on it?
Yeah.
Let me just double check real quick.
There's like a tiny R on it.
Yeah, and it's a ritual spell.
So it doesn't, if I like wait a bit, then it doesn't really count against my spell slots, right?
Yeah,
Let me just double check the ruling, 'cause I'm pretty sure there's awkwardness with rituals.
you have to have it prepared though because you're not a wizard. Wizards can ritual cast any of their ritual spells that aren't prepared because they have a spell book. But
To cast a spell as a ritual, a spellcaster must have a feature that grants the ability to do so. Cleric and druid, for example, have such a feature.
or does sorcerer not?
It doesn't immediately say.
Does sorcerer not have ritual casting?
Does seem weird, doesn't it?
Wait, hold on.
I'm pulling up the sorcerer class right now.
Same. So it mentions obviously spellcasting, but
It says
Wow.
components is a pinch of soot and salt. Can you just grab some soot from the fire and salt from the table?
He just doesn't want to spend a spell slot.
Yeah.
the
No, they don't have ritual casting.
What?
the soot and salt is components as part of casting the spell. That doesn't
Yeah.
The
mitigate.
reason, I guarantee you, the reason you don't have ritual casting is because you have sorcery points which you can turn into spell slots.
But I only have like 4. That's nothing.
He's being a low-level sorcerer, my guy.
Okay.
Still more than most members of your party.
Yeah, but. Fine. Then I'll keep it, but I'll use it like when.
Use it when you need.
Yes, because it's an hour. Brick will have to manage without it. Fucking taking a spell for him that I can't cast another spell. Trying to do a nice thing, but no.
Hey, I'll let most people get away with anything, but there are small things.
Yeah. No,
It's okay, I can't even get that spell, so there's that.
He'll never understand any of you.
I'll never understand.
He needs to learn a language.
So, for this mission, who would you guys like to take? Considering you've technically got 2 people that are part of your new crew.
Do we bring Brick with us?
I mean, why not?
I mean, we can't really talk to him. That's the one problem.
Probably
We
not a good
have
idea to leave one
charades.
We have charades. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You've also got Edric.
Oh, we probably should we bring the old water genasi guy that we just buried from death yesterday?
Is he
I think he needs time to
like
heal.
standing or what?
He's still wobbly, and he quite evidently
Yeah.
has scars all over him still.
Hmm.
Like, obviously he's back to wearing a degree of armor, and he has a weapon on his side, but there is still like a fresh scar just underneath his neck that looks pretty bad.
I say
Yeah,
we
he's
do
having
that.
a rest day.
Yeah, yeah, he needs he needs some time.
I know a long rest brings us back to full HP, but still,
Hmm
I think he needs more time.
Okay. So, you collect up your crew, collect up your things. You have been given technical marching orders. Do you guys head straight there? Is there anything you want to do beforehand?
So, did you actually ask her where we're going, or are we just walking off into the woods in her general fleeing direction?
Good point. I'm gonna go back. Quick question. Can you tell us in which direction we need to go?
Oh, she steps out of the tent, kind of gently pushes past.
She freaking points.
She does, however, she points straight through the canopy of trees, and as she's pointing, she's giving these small, like, notas. If you go that way for about, give or take 10 minutes, you'll come across a series of trees that have bowed, and if you go past that, about another 5 minutes ahead, you'll see a slope downward. There's a waterfall just underneath, and then, well, I mean, frankly, you'll see the path of destruction anyway. It'll be down there. That's where I last saw him.
Lee, can we just say that I remember it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay, then. We'll just get ready and be on our way.
She nods and she kind of just looks at you for a moment. She's kind of like playing with her fingers, like nervously, and then just very slowly gets back into the tent and just hugs the corner. Do you guys want anything else to do?
Eric's just eating his food naturally, mate.
Grab what you can, Carrick. We're going to be heading out soon.
Did you say how long it'll take to get there?
It's give or take like 20 minutes straight forward, but that then only gets you to a cliff edge where you overlook the destruction that she mentioned. So it could be about another 20 minutes from there on, either getting down or getting, generally speaking, in a round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good to head out if everyone else is.
Did we have breakfast yet?
Oh yes.
But what about second breakfast, huh?
Hey, you can take shit with you. There's plenty of insectide.
No. I think I'm ready to go.
Okay. So as everybody grabs their bits and begins wandering towards the entrance of the forest, the Wild Hunt guard steps out of the way Gonna move you all real quick for the sake of convenience. Yeah, Wild Hunt Guard steps out of the way. You guys move through and you head off into the direction. Or if you wanted to, you could have always gone along the right hand side of the map for a direct route, but either way, your fucking choice. I just like to use the road. As you begin walking through the trees, heading straight forward, taking in your surroundings immediately, you notice just about barely her footfalls on the ground with her flat foot. Seems she is going barefooted, or was going barefooted. You kind of see a little bit of a deviation here and there, but it's more as she was running around trees and the like. After the first 10 minutes, you're moving through, you notice the trees do start to become a bit more full around the area, and space gets a little bit tight in some areas. You kind of like have to push around each other a little bit. And then it thins a little bit more. There's more of a wild growth of grass and assorted flowers, and hanging off of the canopy is a series of what look to be these almost like bat-like creatures that are completely submerged in darkness. So there are small spatterings of sunlight that reach through. They hang upside down, these green leafage that pseudo-mask them if it weren't for the fact their heads are very bulbous, and you can see what look to be like eye slits, as well as a series of teeth poking out like tusks. They seem to be in something of a hibernation almost. And as you continue forward for another 5 minutes, you see the bowing trees. And as you move toward them, you notice the bowing seems natural, as they seem to be trying to avoid the sunlight, as other trees are masking most of the sunlight, and these bowing ones seem to spread directly underneath them. As you move forward another 5 minutes, it's a lot more of the same, a lot more dense grass, and it never hinders you. It always kind of like is just underneath most of your necks, and you kind of just have to like brush out the way. Eventually, you see a large spot of sunlight, and you see a cliff's edge. The cliff itself only goes down 20 feet, and it is more like a slope than it is anything. You can slide down naturally. And as you look down and ahead, you see a large area that could be mistaken for once a riverbed that has just been torn through by massive footprints, and trees that have been trampled on and pushed aside. Some of them snapped in half. And as you look around, there's a good 30 to 40 feet of this area that's been torn through that makes almost a perfect line, but there is this one area that branches off a little, as if something desperately tried to swerve. Even further ahead, you can see what looks to be an area untouched. And then, as you're looking around following the line that was crashed through, there doesn't seem to be an end point. It just seems to go on and on, up until a point you guys can't see through a series of trees. Possibly it got to the point where it stopped charging, or the trees were much more open spaced. But what do you guys want to do?
On the ground, we can obviously see the footprints of it. Do the footprints look like they're going both directions? For example, does it look like the creature might have doubled back and gone elsewhere after it charged? Or are all the footprints going in just one direction?
It looks like it's all going in one direction.
So it's not cut back this direction. Gotcha. So we're supposed to be looking for her brother or his corpse. What is it? Something about a stone? If we find him dead.
Yes, her brother had a stone with him, or on him, a necklace, I think, and let's just focus on finding the brother, whether he's dead or alive. He also had a wolf with him, so I think we should focus on that first.
Where do you want to begin your search? Just follow this trail of destruction, or somewhere in the woods? If he's dead, there's probably not going to be much of him left, so...
As long as we can get some proof, I'm sure it will ease some of the pain. Let's, what do you guys think? I'm
Say
leaning
anything.
more towards the path of destruction.
Does it say anything about the creature, like dragging off victims in that book? I mean, dragging off prey.
Not intentionally,
it
they're
not?
herbivores. Typically, if it is exactly what the book says it is, the creature won't chase something. Its prey will literally just be stood still. It'll be grass. If
Alright.
if it's
So,
killed
it's
something,
like-
it will be on its horns, which it can't help.
Then probably worth checking the destruction, I think.
If it helps at all, if we find the beast, I might be able to get it to help us in some way. When that woman came screaming to the camp, I was preparing spells for the day, so...
Take the beast back to camp. Hey, you remember that thing that killed your brother? Your brother. Here it is. It's our friend.
We've tamed it.
Say hi.
Yeah, while you had her coming screaming into camp, I had my spell book open. I was physically, like, in my spell page, preparing spells. Like, oh, a beast, let's prepare these.
Exactly what I was after. Scroll.
I doubt that they want a creature like this on our side. She will insist on it being killed, if we put it that.
Nah. Not if it helps us find her brother.
What if his corpse is dangling from its horns?
It helped.
Yes, it helps. It brought your
How is she
brother
gonna
back.
say no? How is she gonna say no to it? It's like 20 times the size of her. You don't tell something like that no.
Are you saying you want to intimidate her?
No.
Say no to this.
She just won't say no.
Say
I'm not
no
saying
to it
bring
as
it back
it
to camp.
looms over.
I'm not saying we bring it back to camp. Let's interrogate it while we're out here.
So what
Alright,
you're
that's
saying
close
is
to action.
we're going
If-
to interrogate a beast.
We're not interrogating the beast. He wants to befriend it. You can
Well,
try and befriend it, but I advise that you won't bring it back to camp.
I don't intend on bringing it back to camp. I just have some questions for it to make our search easier. And yes, Carrick, I can talk to things like that sometimes.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately, Brick here does not qualify as one of those things I can talk to.
He
Even though he is
looks.
covered in fur.
He looks at you with that sort of, "Oh, I'm involved." What?
My apologies. I assumed you intended to bring it back to camp.
No, where would we put it? What?
So I was just laughing, and just repeated what you said, going, "Where would we put it?" You make it sound like it's some form of like house decoration or something. We can't fit this in here. Where would we put it?
Though if it did want to come into camp, I wouldn't be opposed to it
We're not bringing it back to
staying
town.
wherever that Katrine lady says.
Let's find it first, and then decide what we do with it. Okay?
To be fair, I think Katrina wouldn't mind
It's
having
an,
that thing.
it's an actual beast, is it not? Wouldn't it be best to leave it alone once we've done its questions? Because, well, it does lead it.
If you befriend it, advise it probably stay away from people.
Oh, of course. I don't think this incident happened because it wanted to be around people.
Probably not to a degree. I'd probably say that people here are just a small, small fish in a rather big pond.
Just a second.
Jeff just casually dying.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
He's alive.
Yeah. So, onward then.
So, are you following the path of destruction?
Yeah. That would actually be the quickest path too, because we're not going around trees and everything. You know, everything's kind of flattened.
So, as you begin to wander down, you slide down the slope, and there is next to no resistance. You slide down fairly quickly. As you reach the ground, you each kind of like look around for a moment. The ground itself has kind of like an almost granite feel. So it must have like stomped very heavy footprints into the ground. It has destroyed the very natural earth. And as you're walking forward, you start to follow the path to where you believe it originated, or do you want to follow to where you believe it ran off to?
I want to go find the beast.
Okay.
So I want to go toward where it's more likely to be. But does everyone else want to do?
Do you guys want to go?
This one, I'll just follow whoever feels they've got more of a hunch.
Same. I'm not good in forests.
Okay. So as you begin to follow the path toward where you believe the trail ends, or at least where the creature has wandered off toward, you start following the path. It's about 100-foot walk, not exactly directly forward. There is like a split deviation, and considering you're relatively small, considering the destruction that's been stamped into this, there's about a 20-foot like wall of length. As you start walking forward, you're looking around. The trees really have just been like slammed aside or dragged off, almost like the creature put no effort into tearing this place apart. There doesn't seem to be any wildlife running around at the moment. Even the birds up in the air have completely just flown away. A lot of the flora has been destroyed. You see a sparse area where wildflowers have been just trodden into oblivion. As you're continuing through, everyone make a perception check.
Yeah.
Oof. So, as
Okay, I'm paying attention, guys.
so as you guys are wandering through, for you, Halfir, everyone else is kind of just like observing the destruction that's been wrought, and I'm mildly concerned. You, as you're walking through, you pay attention to the lack of anything. There is no wildlife running around that you can hear. There are no birds. There are no basic, like, anything like squirrels. You can't even see insects, which, even observing outside of the path of destruction, there is nothing. This place is silent. And sure, destruction has happened possibly in the last hour or so, but there should be something by now. There should be some curious critters, something. And then you hear the sound of a snapping twig, and your ears perk, your head turns a little to the left, and you see a shadow crossing some distant trees. Something is stalking you, and then you turn to the left. You see a very small thing hunched over. You see a series of quills along its back. You can't make out exact details, but it looks to be sort of medium. It's not a humanoid. At the very least, you're aware of that. You see these pair of claws grasp onto a rock in front of it, as if it's getting ready to prepare to pounce. And then as you're looking around...
Does it appear bipedal or quadrupedal?
Bipedal. Though it seems to have a capacity to become quadrupedal. You see ahead of you one of many trees that have been smashed apart, that has somehow retained a degree of a form. It looks almost like a bridge, and there's a rock sat right in front of it. You see hidden underneath the shade this one bright red, massive clawed foot, and you very quickly notice that there are a series of creatures waiting in the darks to come out and attack each of you if you get even the littlest bit closer.
Everyone stop. Stop. We're being followed, being watched.
I'm gonna quickly let my dog out so he can pee. Be right back.
Yeah.
Don't go to the edge of the woods. Stay
Lily, do you want to
here in the center of the destruction. Don't get close. I'll point out to you guys where I'm seeing things.
When Lee gets back, I'm going to see if I also see.
Yeah. I got sick last Tuesday.
Really? Did you?
Yeah,
Couldn't
last
hear it.
Tuesday. Yeah, no. Last Tuesday I woke up with a cough, and it's just like from Tuesday afternoon till about yesterday evening, I had a fever of going up to 100, 203, like all week.
You need more cowbell.
Need more what?
Cowbell.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
It's not COVID, right?
No, I got, it wasn't the flu either. I got a flu and COVID test. They were both negative. It was just the worst cold I have ever had in my life. It was bad.
Yeah. I know those. Those are annoying.
My wife was like, "Are you sure it's a cold?" Yeah. I didn't know colds could cause fevers. Yeah, colds have killed people.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
I pointed things out and told everyone to stop moving
Hello.
and to not go near the tree line and just kind of stay out in the open in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mosey was going to ask you something.
Hi.
Oh yeah. Can I roll to see if I see what he's pointing at?
Make a perception check.
I'll make a perception check.
We all do that since he's meant that to all of us.
Yeah.
No sudden movements either. Just be calm.
Mm-mm. So, as you guys are being, I assume, not pointing at it all specifically.
No, just very subtly, just turning my head slightly as I walk on.
I was talking about Halfir.
Oh no, I'm like gesturing with my head slowly. I'm nodding and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm not doing anything very quickly.
So each of you, as you're looking around, now that you're properly paying attention, they're slightly more visible. They are still hidden with intention, but you can see the quills along the back. These large maws for mouths with teeth, razor sharp, and these clawed, almost like hands, more like feet. They're scratching very gently along the surfaces that they're holding onto, and they're observing you at the moment, though they look kind of bestial. What do we want to do?
What about Brick?
Oh yeah. No one
See you where
told
that's-
Brick what's going on.
At the minute, he's just looking at each of you.
I'm just gonna make a shushing motion toward Brick and then try to motion to stay calm.
Okay. So as he's kind of looking around as well, perception. God damn it, Brick! So he's kind of like vaguely looking around towards the forest. Doesn't seem to pick up on anything, but he remains quiet.
We'll keep an eye on the forest edge as we go, but we could still press on. Just don't keep them at. Just don't let them get out of your sight. Suki.
So, as you're each on the map, I will mark with little red dots the ones that you can see, or at least generally where they are at the moment. That's a violent one. Jeez.
Wow.
Murder, death, kill.
Actually, I'm looking at the time. I do gotta get going.
Okay.
So,
Good stop
Good
time.
time to stop.
Yeah. No, fucking wasn't kidding, jeez. That was swift. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we will play soon.
In about 2 weeks.
Yes. Enjoy your trip to
Yes.
Roma.
Thank you, thank you.
Jeez, imagine being social.
Celebrating 1 year anniversary.
Hey. Hell yeah.
Happy days, man.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to play some League or something?
I was going to play some Overwatch. Although, to be fair, I've got to
Yeah.
make food, so technically... But it's more shove things in the oven, so it's kind of...
Mm.
Also, I hate League with all my heart and soul, and I haven't touched it for 3 months, so...
Yeah, but Overwatch.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not, like, the best game or anything, but it's okay.
Mm.
I like it.
Mhm.
just gonna lie in bed and chill.
Yeah.
With that, I bid you adieu.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you have Overwatch, Mosey?
I'm annoyed by them because they